Welcome to Stats Twist. I am Devashruti Vera and I am going to present you a video on box plots. Today we are going to discuss about how to interpret box plots and how to compare them. Also we'll discuss about how to detect outliers from the box plots. So let's move forward. So a box plot has this 5-number summary. The 5-number summaries are minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile and maximum. Now what is minimum? Minimum is the minimum value of the data set. Q1 or first quartile is the value below which 25% of the data will fall. The median is the value for which 50% of the data will fall below it and 50% above it. So it is the middlemost value in the data set. Q3 or the third quartile is the value below which 75% of the data will fall. And maximum is obviously the maximum value of the data set. So a box plot will consist of all this 5-number summary, and this is what a 5-number summary means. Let's move to the next slide for the comparison. Now we have plotted this 5-number summary in 2 box plots. You see 2 box plots, one on the above the other. So these are actually the numbers obtained in 2 sections. We can see Q1, median, Q3, minimum and maximum for each of the 2 data sets. So like this you need to plot the 5-number summary in a box plot. Let's move to the next slide for the detailed comparison. Now we have plotted this 5-number summary in these 2 box plots. Now you can see there is a box in between 2 lines. This is actually the box which has quartile 1, that is first quartile, median and the third quartile. And these 2 lines are known as whiskers. And the end points are actually the minimum and the maximum. So let's see what is the difference between these 2 data sets on the basis of quartiles and median. Now if you see, these are actually the marks obtained in 2 sections by students. So in the section A you can see the median is 55, which is greater than a median in section B, that is 40. Also the first quartile of section A is greater than the median of section B. So obviously section A has performed better than section B. So in respect to quartiles and median, we can tell that section A has performed better than section B. Let's move further for different comparison according to dispersion. Moving to the next slide. Now we are going to discuss how much the data is dispersed for each of the 2 data sets. So we'll see how they are dispersed by measuring the interquartile range. What is interquartile range? Interquartile range is the difference between third quartile and the first quartile. So we measure the interquartile range for each of these 2 data sets. So for section A, the IQR is 65 minus 43, that is 22. And for section B, it is 60 minus 38, that is 22. So you can see the IQR is same for both the sections. So the variability is also the same. So we can tell that the amount of dispersion is same for both the sections A and B. Now let's move to the next slide for another comparison. Now we will compare according to the range. That is how much the values are in the range. Range is actually the difference between the maximum value and the minimum value. So in section A, the difference of maximum and minimum is 81, and for section B it is 55. So it's obvious that section A has greater range of value than section B. So we have seen that the comparison can be made according to the 5-number summary, that is the median, quartile, the dispersion, that is IQR, the range. We can also detect the shape of the distribution or the skewness from this box plots. So basically we need to check whether the distributions are positively skewed, negatively skewed, or symmetry. This is very easy to check. Let's see how. So in section A, you can see the median minus the quartile 1 is 12. That is greater than Q3 minus median, that is 10. So it is negatively skewed. This is negatively skewed because whenever the median is inclined towards the Q3 part more than the Q1, then that will become negatively skewed. Now in section B, we can see the difference between the median and the quartile 1 is 2 and is less than Q3 minus median, that is 20. So it is positively skewed. So you have to remember, whenever the median is closer to the Q3 than the Q1, it is negatively skewed. On the other hand, if the median is closer to the Q1 than Q3, then it is positively skewed. So, if the difference of Q3 minus median and median minus Q1 is equal, that is, if they are not unequal, then the distribution becomes symmetry. Here, it's obvious that the section A part is negatively skewed and section B part is positively skewed. So like this, you can detect the distribution or the skewness of these two sections. Let's see the next slide. Now that we have compared the two box plots, now we'll see how to detect an outlier. So before detecting an outlier, we need to calculate the upper fence and the lower fence. What is an upper fence? Upper fence is Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR. And what is lower fence? Lower fence is Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR. Now, we generally plot this upper fence and lower fence in the box plot and then plot the data set. So, if any point falls above the upper fence, that will be considered an outlier. Also, if any point falls below the lower fence, that is also an outlier. So, in this way, you can also detect an outlier from box plot. So, this was all about how to compare box plots and how to detect outlier from box plots. Now, let us recapitulate all the things of box plots. So, first we have discussed what is box plot. What is the 5-number summary, that is minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile and the maximum. Then we have discussed how to compare box plot according to the median and quartiles, followed by the dispersion of datasets, then the range, then the distribution of the two sections, and lastly we have seen how to detect an outlier from the box. Hope this video has helped you to understand what are box plots and how to compare box plot and how to detect an outlier. In case of any query, do post a comment in the comment box. If you want the content of this file, you can download the link given below the video. Thank you very much for watching the video. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you very much. Have a good day.